193. Covert Theonomists. Chalcedon Report number 223, February 1984. One of the amusing facts I frequently encounter is the fact that many who are very much opposed to theonomy are in fact ready to insist on the validity of God's law when it suits them. Thus, a law I find strictly enforced in many churches where the pastor rails against theonomy is Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that thing which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. The law is not repeated in the New Testament, and thus it does not meet the quote, test end quote, of the antinomians that only laws repeated in the New Testament are binding on Christians. The law against bestiality, Exodus chapter 22 verse 19, Leviticus chapter 18 verse 23, is not repeated in the New Testament. Why then is it observed? It is clearly a civil as well as moral law. For that matter, if any civil law is immoral, it surely cannot be law in God's sight. The distinction between civil and moral law is not biblical. Homosexuality is clearly condemned in both Old and New Testaments. Homosexuals declare that such texts are now invalid because grace supposedly invalidates the law. The point is by now clear. The opponents of theonomy affirm law after law in the Old Testament. They are at 101 points covert theonomists. Their position is an awkward and untenable one because, having rejected the law in principle, they sneak it back in piecemeal. There is, however, another and more serious consideration. Dr. Cornelius Van Til has stated it very simply in declaring that the choice is between theonomy and autonomy. Theonomy, theos, God, nomos, law. And belief in and submission to God's law cannot be reconciled with autonomy, auto, self, nomos, law, self-law. Autonomy is the logical development of Genesis chapter 3 verse 5, every man as his own God, choosing, determining or making his own law and deciding what is good and evil for himself. Theonomy and autonomy cannot be reconciled. They represent Christianity versus humanism. The covert theonomists are actual humanists because they sit in judgment on God's law and decide which laws are right in their own eyes. Such a position is a surrender of the sovereignty of the triune God